Hello
Hello
guys,
guys.
how are you doing?
Trust you're good.
It's Bukola and Ezekiel here.
Yep. But before we go to what we are talking about today, we are going to be 4 years married in few days. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
We're actually 4 years married today. As at today, as at the time we are shooting this,
But that's the anniversary now.
still in marriage. It's still
Okay,
marriage now.
Traditionally, got married today.
Yeah.
4 years ago.
14th of November. So
Glory.
this should drop before our 4 years main church wedding. Yeah. So glad to be married to you.
What we actually going to be talking about today are the things we've learned, in these 4 years of marriage.
Yeah.
And we just kind of summarized everything into 4 points. The right now 4 things I've learned in 4 years of marriage. There it goes. Yeah. So 4 things we've learned while being married for the past 4 years.
Number 1. Marriage is the best thing that can happen to anybody. One of the best things that can happen to anybody. Apart from being saved, yes. I think the second is marriage, especially when you're in a godly marriage. To be honest, Bukola is God sent to me.
Hey, Jesus.
Honestly. I look back at the 4 years and I'm like, if I hadn't taken that step, I probably would not be where I am today. Let's say mentally, yeah, exactly. Maybe in my responsibilities, in the things that I can handle as a man, in purpose. I do not think you would be married and be the same. Yeah. I do not think you'll be married and you still
remain the same.
Yeah, you still live life without purpose or direction. Like there's the responsibility or the fact that you know that you have somebody you are leading, somebody that loves you, somebody that trusts you, somebody that cares about you. It's enough juice to keep you moving. It's enough propellant to keep you soaring. I remember specifically when I was getting married, one of the things I wrote down for a partner is that someone that can be able to stand up to me, someone that can see me going the wrong way and can say, "Oh, guy, come back here. You are doing," and I won't be pompous and proud not to acknowledge my mistake or anything. So those are one of the things I wrote down, and yeah, she embodies it. And to be honest, those little things have played a huge role in my life, in my personal life, and even in our journey together. It has helped us to see obstacles, to overcome obstacles, to dare things. There's some things you cannot dare on your own, and
very true.
Your wife will be like, "Guy, go ahead, you can do it."
Yeah.
And taking a step, you'll be fidgety, but knowing that somebody has your back, knowing that somebody supports you, knowing that after work there's someone to run to and just confide in, it elevates the mind, it elevates someone's life.
One of the things I've actually learned is communication. Communication is very important in marriage. There were times, I think after we had our first son, that's Nathaniel is 2 years old now. The first year we had Nathaniel was kind of a bit stretchy on our relationship. Now the love is being focused on the child. We both, it's mainly everything was just going the child, our baby Nathaniel, and without knowing, we were not drifting. But the union we had initially before we had a child, we just discovered that we were not really talking as much as we should. It was not as if we were not talking, but we're not talking real deep as we do before. Before, most time in a week, we'll have a sit down, we'll talk about everything. But now, coming back from work, you're tired, there's baby, there are other things to get done, It just looked as if it started like very subtle, and then we then have to sit down that way. This thing can't continue like this. Exactly. So communication is one of the things that is very important, and has to add communication for that matter. Like, you can't be with a spouse or with your husband or wife and you guys are not communicating. One of the things that communication will help you to do is that it will help resolve a lot of issues, like issues that at the end of the day, if you allow it to just keep growing, it will become a stronghold in your home. We have to go back to this question we had to ask before we got married, what's your love language? And I was so shocked that for both of us, like, our love language kind of does well. We still had the core that we had, but the other ones, there were a little bit of changes here and there. And so I now began to understand that, oh, okay, maybe this is why what I felt we were doing before works. But if we didn't have that time of communication, we will not be able to know that, oh wait, my wife's love language has moved from physical touch, for example, from physical touch to gifts, or from quality time to act of service. But if you don't talk, you just still believe that this is what our love language is, and that is what it is. But communication will just help reduce a whole lot of issues. Like, you can talk on things, be free with each other, talk about things. We talk about our son, we talk about our sex life, we talk about our finance, we talk about our fears, we talk about literally everything. And these days I'm always just happy speaking with my husband, because I know I'm not just talking and then it's just based on what I feel, but I have his support also. I'm having his idea, I'm receiving wisdom from what he's saying also, and I'm making very informed decisions. So communication is a very key ingredient to any successful marriage or successful relationship. You both have to be able to communicate.
Another thing for me is that marriage requires a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
What you want to see in your marriage is what you have to put in. If you want your marriage to be blossoming, rosy marriage, you have to put in the work. You have to put in the work. Yeah. Your marriage or the state of your marriage is not determined by your environment.
Yeah.
It's not determined by your background, even though it can influence a bit of it, and you have to be conscious to know that, oh, the reason why I'm acting this way is because I grew up in certain conditions and you are bringing it in that marriage. You have to understand that no, it has to go. So you have a role to play in your marriage. The relationship is between two people who love each other and are submitted to each other and to God. So everything you need in your marriage, you have everything it takes to make it work.
Yeah.
So don't depend on, it's because the situation is like this, that's why I'm not happy in my marriage. No, you determine the temperature in your home. You determine how your wife will look, whether she's going to go to work sad or she's going to go to work happy, or whether she comes back, she's going to be moody all day. No, you determine it. So you have to put in a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of thought to put in that hard work. You just can't be spraying your bullets. You have to concentrate it exactly on your marriage. So don't let people tell you marriage is something that you have to go through, we have to enjoy it. No. You determine what happens in your home. You determine what happens in your home. And it's so profound, because we bring a lot of things into marriage. And when you get to know this other person, you begin to find out, oh, she brought this thing. And everybody came with their own baggage. And when it's time, when you guys are getting closer and you guys are becoming closer, especially as the year goes by, you discover that there are some things you need to drop. Yeah. And there are some things you need to adopt. Especially if there are some things in their own family that is very good, and in your own family you guys don't do it, and you're like, why do I need to do this? Do I need to do this? So you have to pick that up. You have to, you are building a home. You are building a foundation for the next generation to stand on. Yeah. So you need to put in the work.
Let me just add a little bit to what my husband said. There's this slogan or adage that people do say that the grass is greener at the other side. Wherever the grass is greener, then that means they are actually watering the ground more than what you are doing. So that means if you see a marriage that is working, it means that they are putting in the work. Yeah. Like I saw in a book, there's a book I read before we got married, and one of the things that stuck to me in that book was happy marriage is made, not found. You don't just find it. Even God told him and his wife, God confirmed it, but we still have to put in the work. Because if you don't put in the work, you will make a mess of what God has started. It's possible for you to start something in the spirit and then you end it in the flesh. Because the truth is, you will be seeing this person, you will see his flaws, you will see his strength, you will see his weakness. Even you as a man, you will same thing for the woman. So if you don't put in the work, all these things will just cloud your eye, and then you just begin to make wrong decisions.
Let me add one more thing. Okay, I think I just keep my mind. One of the verses or scriptures that we had before we got married was Hebrews 10:22 or 23. Yeah. It said, see how you spoil each other to good works. And that is what we've been doing for the past 4 years.
Yeah.
And so anytime I receive criticism, I'm not receiving criticism from a place of disdain or a place of
Doesn't like
disrespect
me.
or dishonor. No, I'm seeing it as a way that she wants me to get better, and I'm dropping the ball. So she needs to tap and like, guy, you need to put in the work. And the same thing, if I see her dragging feet, I'm like, madam, no, you're better than this. You can do this. Go. So that's what we've been doing for the past 4 years, and we have a lot more years to go and to do that together.
So last point that we'll have for this episode is, scripture says, can two work together except they agree? And yes, two people can work together except they are living a life of constant forgiveness. Forgiveness is very important in marriage. The fact that you both, you are now open, you are naked before each other, you are not ashamed. There will be some things that he will do to you or you will do to him that will make you annoyed, but you really have to have that forgiving spirit, that forgiving heart to actually be able to forgive your spouse, forgive your husband, forgive your wife. Just be free and forgive. Like when you forgive, you create a platform for growth in your home. You create a platform whereby you guys can, after whatever it is that happened and you've forgiven each other, you can come back together and come back stronger. So marriage is two people that have decided to live a life of constant forgiveness. From my culture, Yoruba, they say the tongue and the mouth, even though they are very close, they fight. Like you're eating and you bite yourself. But if they don't make up, how will I be able to talk if my tongue is fighting with my mouth that no, you beat me the last time? You have to be able to come back to to a consensus about whatever it is that happened, and just forgive yourself, and talk about whatever it is that has brought about that hurt. Forgive and just allow God work on your heart, and you move on. So forgiveness is very, 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 very important in marriage.
All right, hope you guys learned a lot.
Yes.
More coming from the stable of Bukola and Ezekiel.
Yeah.
Back and better.
Yes, and if you guys also have other things that maybe we know people that watch us, and some people are 10 years married, 1 year married, the things that you've really learned that can also help other people in their marriage, you can put it in the comment section.
Yes.
And then we can also learn from you.
Exactly. Thank you so much for spending time with us. We love you. We appreciate you. Please do like, comment, subscribe and share. Please share. Those that have missed us, tell them we're back. Tell them we are back and better. Yes. So we love to
connect more with you.
Exactly. We love to connect more with you, to know you more, to have a beautiful community of people that believe that love is possible in God. And cheers. Bye.